15 stud at the final event of the inaugural year of the Silo Ridge Masters CSI 3-star event. It's a wonderful afternoon for show jumping, and we do have a great class coming our way here. It's going to be our $125,000 Silo Ridge Masters Grand Prix. That's a CSI 3-star event. Looks like a total of 47 competitors joining us in the starting field here in the inaugural year of our Silo Ridge Masters Grand Prix. Looking to be a absolutely wonderful and exciting afternoon of show jumping coming our way here in beautiful Armenia, New York. I'd like to thank the president of this event, Judy Garofalo Torres and Pedro Ayan Torres, our show manager, Matthew Morrissey, event director, Nicole Meyer, and before we get underway, folks, we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor. For those seeking a luxury escape with all the fun of outdoor adventure, look no further than Silo Ridge Field Club. Located in the hills of the Hudson Valley, Silo Ridge is a private residential community with unparalleled amenities and a world-class golf course designed by renowned architect Tom Fazio. Here, your family is a priority, and we'll help you make memories that last a lifetime. From wellness programs and family activities to outdoor adventures and customized experiences you won't find anywhere else, Silo Ridge Field Club is New York's finest private community where family comes first. And once again, a big thanks to our generous sponsor, Silo Ridge Field Club. We'd also like to thank our sponsor, Chopard. Chopard is a Swiss manufacturer and retailer of luxury watches and jewelry. Founded in 1860 by Louis Ulysse Chopard in the heart of the Swiss Alps, Chopard is still family-owned and run. Chopard is delighted to offer a beautiful prize to the winner of the Silo Ridge Masters Grand Prix today. And folks, we'd also like to wish a happy retirement to Laurent S.Z., affectionately known as the King, or Lulu. Laurent started his career in the U.S. under Riley Newsom. Riley and Laurent competed up to the U-25 and two-star level. They won the Grand Prix of Princeton at a top placing in the $50,000 Show Jumping Hall of Fame Grand Prix at the National Horse Show. LaRon and Riley won high amateur classes and earned championships all over the U.S., including at Devon, the Wellington Equestrian Festival, the Kentucky Horse Park, Upperville, the Great Lakes Festival, Split Rock, and Tryon, among others. In 2021, Josephine DePfeiffer took over the reins and competed in the medium and high amateur divisions. With Josephine, LaRon won 27 classes in the medium amateurs, roughly a third of the classes they entered in, as well as 14 championships in that division over 3.5 years. LaRon's favorite show is the Wellington Equestrian Festival. In the 2024 season, he was circuit champion in the medium amateurs for the second time, winning 4 of the 5 classics he competed in and only having one single rail all winter. LaRon and Josephine also won classes in the high amateurs at the Hampton Classic, WEF, and Traverse City. When he is not winning in the show ring, LaRon is causing mischief at home, once pulling the fire alarm in an indoor ring. Congratulations to LaRon for an exceptional career and a happy retirement to him. So at this time, folks, I'd like to go through our order of go. If you're following along on paper, I'm going to take you through our 47 riders slated to compete today. Starting us off this afternoon will be number 423, Stella Buckingham and Cash Money. Second to show, number 118, SNL Cuatro Vantamir Putova and Mario Delorier riding for Canada. Third up will be Brian Mogri and Vive Le Rev riding for the United States. And we'll give you the rest of our order of go in just a second. But take a look at the center of the ring, folks, as we do have LaRon there in the center of the arena. So a big round of applause here to our retiring horse, LaRon SZ. And what a beautiful horse there in the center of the ring. LaRon, as said, after a long career, taking his retirement here. And we're happy to honor him. There in the center of the ring alongside his longtime partner, Josephine DePfeiffer. A big congratulations here to LaRon, as said. Finally moving towards his well-earned retirement. So what a wonderful retirement ceremony there for LaRon SZ. A great horse, a great competitor here. And finally able to enjoy all the grass he wants as he moves into that well-earned retirement. That's LaRon SZ festooning that beautiful wreath there. Now leaving the arena for the last time. So folks, once again, a huge round of applause here to LaRon SZ.
What do you do in the Liverpool, or you wait to see how it goes? Makes for a better jump off. The second jump is give it 2 feet.
So back underway here with our order of go, folks. Again, starting us off will be Stella Buckingham and Cash Money, number 423. The second to go, number 118, SNL Cuatro.
A very good afternoon to you, everybody. Delighted to welcome you to the inaugural Grand Prix here at the Silo Ridge Masters for 2024. We're here in Armenia, New York. This is New York State's Hudson Valley. We're quite close to the border between New York and Connecticut. We're 100 miles due north of the mighty New York City. The Big Apple lies to our south. And this is the wonderful Keen Stud here at Silo Ridge, the home of one of the premier thoroughbred farms in New York. And the equestrian training program here at Silo Ridge is run by the Grand Prix show jumper Judy Garofalo-Torres, who is our co-president, along with Pedro Ayan Torres. They are our presidents at the helm of this wonderful new Silo Ridge Masters, run by the Morrissey Management Group, and delighted to welcome you to the $120,000 101 meter 50 Silo Ridge Masters Grand Prix. 47 combinations will come forward, and Stella Buckingham, just 20, will start us into action. She'll be followed by the four-time Olympian returning from Paris, that is Marie Delaurier. And Brian Mogra has had some huge results on the world scene. Arkin, he was second a few years ago. Jordan Cords won 2 Major League show jumping Grand Prix. He has Jorsika, number 4 to go for Ireland. Abdulrahman Al Raji, he won the last leg of Major League show jumping at the CSI Greenwich with Ventago. He's also an Olympian, and that is the former Simon Lestra ride Iniesta the 5th. Mimi Goshman, she's just 20, but she won the Upperville Jumper Classic this year. She's very talented. And Peter Lutz was at the World Cup finals in Gothenburg back in 2016. Jessica Mendoza for Great Britain is on our first page of our start list. She was at the Aachen Europeans. Coco Fath, she's young, she's trained by Vasco Torres, and she's mega talented. Grace Debney is a young gun, she's only 20 as well, but Grace for Great Britain. She has won 2 two-star Grand Prix at Wellington this year. Connor Swale's been in brilliant form. He was second in the American Gold Cup at Traverse City and behind Shane Sweetnam. And Margie Goldson Engel, she's won over 200 Grand Prix and 66 years of age. She's got her very good Jack of Hearts. Mark Blumen's in good form. He was at Greenwich and that great win with Maccabi United. And Vanessa Hood also part of that same team that won to beat the Roadrunners at the last leg of Major League show jumping. BC Madden's a legend, and she's got a very good horse, that is Nairobi. And Daniel Blumen is a 3-time Olympian, will come at number 27. And Tiffany Foster is number 29 to go, and that is a very good horse, Northern Light, that won the Grand Prix in T-Bird, British Columbia. Last year, that was Tiffany's very first 5-star victory. This page is jam-packed with quality. The world number 8 is McLean Ward as number 33 to start with First Lady. And René Dittmer, the German, that is his second start only with Emerson. But he's in great form, having just won the Hampton Classic, his first 5-star Grand Prix. Dara Kenny was in great form with us in Greenwich for second in the Fidelity Grand Prix last week. And Isabella Rusakov starts late. She is a Paris Olympian for Israel with Seafear the second. At the end of the competition for this Grand Prix, looking forward to seeing Beat Manley. He's an Olympian for Scotland with A. Gray will start late. And Christian Coyle comes through from the end of the draw in the first round of this Silo Ridge Masters Grand Prix with Extravaganza. Superb lineup it is, and I can tell you 12 nations are represented. The home nation, the USA, fielding 25. Ireland have 6. Israel 3. A pair for Canada, Colombia and Great Britain. And 6 nations just have 1 representative tonight in the Silo Ridge Masters Grand Prix. This is a quite stunning location. It is breathtakingly beautiful within 90 minutes drive of the heart of New York. That is the attraction of this area as a base for your equestrian operation, to enjoy this wonderful countryside, golf courses, and this brilliant Silo Ridge. The stables, as it's known affectionately, that is a wonderful base for your equestrian pursuits as well. $125,000 the prize purse tonight, and a third of that sum will go to our winner. $41,500 is the total prize purse. I can tell you that this week so far, the Premier Equestrian 3-star was the Speed 1m45 class on Friday, and that was won by Ilan Blumen for Colombia with Akaju, who starts early in the Grand Prix. And the Stoneleaf Partners jump-off class was won by McLean Ward, the world number 8, won that with First Lady. And we stand for the national anthem of the home nation, the United States of America.
We hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, what a beautiful presentation of that.
Thank you very much to Hallie Wack, a music educator and recent graduate of the Crane School of Music, working throughout Hudson as a vocalist and French horn player as well. Thank you to Hallie Wack for a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. It's a big occasion as the inaugural Silo Ridge Masters Grand Prix gets started here at Silo Ridge, Armenia, New York. We're 100 miles pretty much exactly due north of New York City, and this is the destination venue. As I say, 47 combinations come forward from 12 nations, and the first of the Silo Ridge Masters Grand Prix will set us into action. She's young at just 20 years of age. Stella Buckingham will show us the way around. Nicholas Granat is our course designer for this Grand Prix course this afternoon. And the 20-year-old, she's only in her second season show jumping. Her first international winner was last year, San Juan Capistrano 3-star 1m45 class with Elian. The cash money owned by the Santa Rosa Group for Stella. He's a 12-year-old Oldenburg bred gelding, bred in Poland, produced in Poland as well. This pair in their second season together. And they had a good result early September this year. They were 7th in a 2-star Grand Prix at Bridgehampton, New York. Cash money comes down to this big oxer, Maria Mendelssohn's oxer, but the back of that, I'm afraid, goes at 6. Down then to the double combination 7A and B, and then down to a very airy feeling vertical at 8. It's a tight turn this, back to a rated distance between 9 the oxer and 10 the vertical. Second blemish, the front of the oxer goes as well for Stella. Now 3, I'm afraid, for our trailblazer around Nicholas Granat's Silo Ridge Masters Grand Prix first round course. Final combination 12A, B and C. Rattles it, but it stays in the cups. That is the last phase. That's very square and tall, but that, I'm afraid, goes as well. It is going to be 3 for time as well. 46 seconds the time allowed. It's going to be 19 the total, 16 for jumping and 3 for time for our trailblazer. But respect, it's only her second season internationally show jumping. Cash money comes home for Stella Buckingham, owned by the Santa Rosa Group, with 19. A gulf of experience between Stella Buckingham and the second into the Silo Ridge Masters Grand Prix, because the 4-time Olympian, 59 years of age, this time married to Laurier, we welcome for Canada. The first of the 2 for Canada this evening. He's been in good form. He was 3rd in the Artemis Farms 2-star Grand Prix, CSI Greenwich last week, with Latino from Bromont in Quebec initially, but now based in New York City with his wife Lisa. 12 World Cup finals for Mario and that brilliant win at Gothenburg at 19 years of age with Aramis back in 1984. He returns from his 4th Olympics with Emerson, who will actually come later this afternoon with René Dittmer, 18th in the individual finals in Paris. And his ride tonight, or this afternoon, is SNL Quattro van der Meer-Putthoeven. 8-year-old only, one of the youngest of the Grand Prix today. Gelding son of John Pleasure van der Mispelaar, and yeah, has exceeded time, I think, before the start line. Should have started earlier, and I think Marie-Laure is already into trouble on the time. Dam Sahir Vancouver Dovray, owned by the S&L Farms for the 4-time Olympian. This horse is in his 2nd season competing. He returned from Spruce Meadows in June, where he was very well placed. He had 3 top 10 5-star finishes at Spruce Meadows, and their last outing was the North Salem Welcome Stake, a 3-star 150. They were 7th there. I was rather referring to my notes than looking at what was happening with Marie-Laure, expecting just a smooth start, but it does look as though he's crossed the start line late, so that is why the clock is already running. It's going to be costly. I'm assuming that's what happened, but now I'm thinking otherwise, because why would 4 penalties be up on the board, maybe representing the first fence? I apologise, took my eye off the kettle. Well, 4 it is, and I'm sorry that I can't give you further light. As I say, I was referring to my notes at the time of the 4 penalties. I'm assuming it was a representation of the first fence. It is 4 for Marie-Laure, the 4-time Olympian for Canada, and the S&L Farms SNL Quattro van der Meer-Putthoeven. The new starter, Brian Mowgray, gets away from Flower Mound in Texas, a non-equestrian family. He's 23 years of age this time. His first senior championships for the USA was the Echo FBI Worlds in 2022. He was 52nd there with Baloo de Reventon. This is very good Vivre la Rêve, who won the World Cup in Live Oak 2019. Then in Lexington, again the World Cup win that same year. Brian was the non-travelling reserve for the Tokyo Olympics in 2020. Vivre la Rêve, his 15-year-old Westphalian, son of Ustinov, crossed to Cello II, that major wager. Company that Brian set up at 18 years of age owns. Their last outing was a very good 3rd in the Blue Diamond Cup 4-star Grand Prix of North Salem. And Brian Mowgray showing us just how to jump this course of Nicholas Granat this afternoon here at Silo Ridge Masters, his inaugural Grand Prix. The final line here, and still clear. Down to the last fence, Brian Mowgray goes, and it's a very good round. The time now must be 77 seconds. He's inside that by a whisker, 0.58 of a second inside the time. That is the opening clear round of the 3-star Silo Ridge Masters Grand Prix for Brian Mowgray. The very talented American strikes first into the jump off this afternoon, this $125,000 prize purse class. The new starter, 31 years of age, the world number 52, gets started. He was very well Fidelity Grand Prix, Major League's 5th leg in Greenwich, Connecticut last week with 4 gold for 7th in that Grand Prix. Early mistake, I'm afraid, for the man based at Falkirk Farm, Central Valley, New York. And twice the winner of Major League Show Jumping's Grand Prix, La Quinta in 2021 and T-Bird British Columbia 2022. But a second error, I'm afraid, for Jordan Coors Jorstica. 10-year-old Dutch bred mare, daughter of Dantos, crossed to Larino. New ride for Jordan as of April this year. And mid-May they were 5th in the Old Salem Farm 3-star 150 Grand Prix. So 3 down as he travels down this long, final, lineless, hot afternoon here in New York State. Time's going to be tight here as well for Jordan Coyle. Crosses the line. There's going to be 2 for time. Exceeding that 77-second time. It's going to be the 12 for jumping. 2 for time, 14 is the score for the first of the 6 for Ireland this afternoon. Jordan Coyle and the Falkirk Farms and the LLC Coils Jessica, 14 the score. The next to go this afternoon in this inaugural Silo Ridge Masters 3-star Grand Prix. Formerly Alison Firestone, her parents bred racehorses. Alison Robitaille, we welcome. Originally from Upperville, Virginia, now based at Middleburg, Virginia and Wellington. World Equestrian Games for Alison in 98 in Rome, 14th individually there. Pan Ams in 99 in Winnipeg, 7th individually and Team Silver. This is a very good Oakingham Lyra on the course, daughter of Tornesh. This pair together for now 3 seasons, formed in March of 2022. This year they were 4th in the 1m50 3-star Grand Prix at Saugerties. And they were part of Team KPF on Major League Show Jumping's team competitions. That was a team bronze at Wesley Clover Parks in Ottawa. And Oakingham Lyra is a very quick little horse for Alison Robitaille. Will be well up on the clock, I think. Is scuttling on quickly. She's had some very good Grand Prix results on the Major League circuit. Year she was 8th at both T-Bird, leg 1 in British Columbia, and 8th at Angelstone. But I'm afraid the treble is going to be the one down. Very quick round, but to no avail. Stinging the tail of Nicholas Granat's course, that treble combination. 12A, B and C looks demanding. Good round from Alison Robitaille, but a late mistake for Oakingham Lyra in over that big ox. 4 penalties for Oakingham Lyra and Alison Robitaille. The first of the 2 for Columbia, Elan Blumen, is on the course, and Elan with his winner of the Premier Equestrian 3-star 1m45 speed class on Friday. Akaju is away. She's a 9-year-old Bavarian mare, daughter of Casalco, crossed to Chico's boy that Elan owns himself. Their second season together. Early mistake, I'm afraid. Started their partnership internationally jumping March of last year. This year, a very good 11th place in the 4-star Empire State Grand Prix at North Salem, mid-May. A big collision, I'm afraid, across the diagonal as well as 9 bounced out of the cups. But Akaju will be happy to be going well, because the last 2 Grand Prix have been disappointing for this Colombian pair. They've been eliminated from their last 2 Grand Prix, so that win on Friday, a real turn of form. Elan Blumen. Akaju, though, travels home with a 3rd error down into the treble combination. The winners 2 days ago. They will complete, but it is going to be 12 for jumping. Nice inside the time, but good they've got round a Grand Prix after those 2 recent eliminations. 12 it is for Elan Blumen for Columbia and Akaju this afternoon. Superb to be here for the inaugural Silo Ridge Masters inaugural edition, Armenia, New York, here at the Keen Stud, one of the premier thoroughbred farms in New York. A big thank you to the Morrissey Management Group and our event directors, that are Matt Morrissey and Nicole Meyer. Our event presidents here, Judy Garofalo Torres and Pedro Torres. And our ground jury for the competition, led by the president Gay Ellen Dennis from Canada, Philip Rozon also from Canada, Andrew Pollard from Great Britain, and the foreign judge here at Sala Ridge is Ana Cristina Vargas from Costa Rica. Great team it is, as we wait for the seventh to come out into the Sala Ridge Masters Grand Prix. This is a world ranking class, and as I say, $125,000 is the total prize purse, and of that, the third will go to our winner. There's just above $41,500 to our champion for this inaugural Grand Prix. Just one clear, early doors. That was very grand for Brian Maugrey, and also has won a couple of World Cups for Brian Vivre le Rêve. That is the one clear round for the USA early stages in this Grand Prix. The new starter, 29 years of age and a returning Olympian from Paris. His maiden Olympics went very well, 13th individually with Ventago. He had a huge win last week. He won the Major League Show Jumping Fidelity Grand Prix, the beautiful third edition of the CSI Greenwich in Connecticut. That was with Ventago. Two Asian Games for Abdurrahman Al-Raji. Team Gold came in Hangzhou in China last year, again with Ventago. He is a keen skier and paraglider when he's not in the saddle. He's had a great year. He was second in the Defender Grand Prix of Switzerland at St. Gallen, behind Martin Fuchs and Commissar Pezzi, who won the Queen's Cup last night. It was great to watch that in Barcelona. But I'm afraid early rail down for Iniesta the fifth for Abdurrahman Al-Raji. They were second in behind Ilan Blumen in the Premier Equestrian 3-star 2 days ago. This is a wonderful horse that Simon de Lestre brought to top level. And they were winners last week of the individual speed class at Greenwich and third in the winning round a couple of weeks before at Traverse City. Abdurrahman Al-Raji has a second rail, so that is a reflection of just the big test this afternoon of Nicolas Granat. Bearing in mind this horse's quality. Owned by the Saudi Arabian Equestrian Federation for Abdurrahman Al-Raji. Travels down to the last fence. Time looks fairly comfortable. I mean, he kept up a good pace, but it looks very negotiable within 77 seconds. But two down for the winners of the Major League Grand Prix at Greenwich last week. Of course, with a different horse, but Abdurrahman Al-Raji and Iniesta the fifth have 8 this afternoon in the Sala Ridge Masters Grand Prix. I'm a big fan of this lady. I think she's wonderfully talented. Really enjoyed watching her last week in Greenwich. It's 20-year-old Mimi Goshman on course. Based at Baxter Hill, Armonk, New York and Wellington. Trains Mimi with Dara Kenny. I'm a student at Brown University. Now that superb 4-star Grand Prix win at Upperville, Virginia this year, the Upperville Jumper Classic. And second in the Longines Hampton Classic at Bridgehampton, behind René Dittmer with Inclen BH. Mimi away, this is Halita BH on the course. 12-year-old KWPN out of the Dutch stud book. This mare, Eldorado van der Zeshoek, Cross to Heartbreaker, owned by the Goshman partners. This pair were well placed, 5th in the 3-star Grand Prix at Socrates. Yeah, one down, I'm afraid, for Mimi. This course looking like a very stiff challenge this afternoon. But it must be with 46 combinations. You wouldn't want more than, well, 12 into the jump, I would think would be the upper limit of the course design, ideally. So it must be a fairly stiff challenge for this inaugural Sala Ridge Masters Grand Prix. Mimi Goshman heads for home. Halita BH has gone well. Is going to have a time penalty or two as well. One fence down, 4 jumping penalties for Mimi Goshman. and 2 for time. 6 it is for Halita BH out on the course for the USA. But again, I love her fluent riding. She is so natural. Just lets it happen underneath that beautiful balance. And a huge name to enjoy watching her career develop. Number 9 to start this afternoon, Peter Lutz, we welcome. We're not far from the Connecticut border, state line between New York State and Connecticut, just across the grassland from us here at Keene Farm. Peter Lutz is from Connecticut, why I mention it. He first trained with Jinsey Buckland, his very good first trainer. Peter was a Yale graduate in 1996, and he rode at the World Cup finals in Gothenburg in 2016 in the Scandinavian. That was 19th with Robin de Pontual. His ride this afternoon is the 9-year-old Dutch mare, Canaan's daughter. It is Catriona on the track for Peter Lutz. Damsar here is Auckland. Their second season together started in February last year. And the 9-year-old travelling well. That's unlucky. Met the oxer nicely, but just a little bit short of width to get out over the wide back bar. This year, very well placed in the 2-star Grand Prix at Miami Beach back in April. That was second. Gives the oxer prior to the home turn at 11 a solid rattle. It stays in the cups. Peter Lutz, though, is going to be very close to time. But that is a very nice round on a beautiful 9-year-old. Just out of the time, but I think, bearing in mind that mare's young age, it's a very good round. Didn't deserve to have that fence down to my eye. It is going to be 1 for time and the 4 jumping out over that big oxer at the midpoint of the course. 5 for Peter Lutz and Catriona this afternoon in the inaugural Silo Ridge Masters Grand Prix. So still just the one clear round in this $125,000 prize, and that is Brian Maugrey. Devastatingly good he was with his very experienced Vivre le Rêve, so be interesting to see how many clears come at the end of this first round, but it's certainly going to be fairly sparsely delivered, you would think, given some very good combinations, some very talented riders and horses we've already had, and still only the one clear after 9 have jumped. Two for Great Britain in the Grand Prix here at the Silo Ridge Masters, and this the first for Great Britain. Jessica Mendoza, we welcome. 28 years of age, Jessica. And she was at the World Cup Finals in Riyadh this year, 12th at her maiden World Cup Finals. She was part of the Aachen Europeans for the British team. 4th place it was back in 2015. She won the Longines Rising Star Award in 2015. And she was the travelling reserve to the Rio Olympics in 2016. This afternoon she rides in the air. This 11-year-old KWPN bred mare, many coming out of the Royal Dutch National Stud Book so far this afternoon. Ed Jordan crossed to Indoctro that Jessica owns herself. They had a very good win late July. 3-star win at Traverse City in northern Michigan. I was there a couple of weeks ago, and what a stunning venue that is. Up close to the lake, beautiful Lake Michigan. But again, that line that caught out Peter Lutz, the one before, catches out Jessica Mendoza. Took also a team silver with the Roadrunners at the second major league leg at Angelstone back in August, and Jessica Mendoza travels now with 3 down. This course is a tough old test this afternoon. I think it's absolutely perfect. I love a challenging first round to have a small elite group of combinations in the jump off. I don't like a massive field in the jump off. That tends to get a little bit too quick. This is a really good course. That was the first blemish for Jessica Mendoza. 12 it is for In the Air for Great Britain. 1 for time as well, will be 13 the British total. The next to come, she's young and very talented at 24 years of age. Delighted to welcome Coco Fath for the USA. She hails from Fairfield, Connecticut. She begged mum and dad for a riding lesson, which she was granted on her 6th birthday. And 18 years later, here she is, trained by Vasco Flores and based at Hillside Farm in Wellington and Greenwich, Connecticut as well. Coco studied at Cornell University, American Studies, and she works hard on her fitness when she's not in the saddle to give her an edge while she's riding. We saw that edge in Geneva, one of the events I commentate at on site, and she won the prestigious Under-25 Grand Prix at Geneva back in 2019. A ride this afternoon. Barnaby SK is on course. This is a 9-year-old Westphalian gelding, son of Bellini Royale, crossed to Coronas II. That is owned by Hillside Farm, but I'm afraid early mistake. That big ox up on the far side falls. Tall gelding. New ride for Coco as of May this year. This is their first 3-star Grand Prix as a new combination, and then the front bar second ox, I'm afraid, is now 8th. They were 7th at Old Salem Farm in the 3-star Welcome Stakes, their last outing. Things adding up out there, I'm afraid, for Coco, but doesn't really matter. Just to get around the course as a first 3-star Grand Prix is the primary objective. A clear round on 1 down is ideal, but just to complete and maintain confidence in spite of having tackled a bigger course than they are used to is the main goal. Coco Fath comes down to the final fence. She is a big talent for certain. And it's going to have a little clutch of time as well. It is 3 fences down, 12 jumping penalties for Coco Fath and Barnaby SK. 3 for time as well. 15 is their very first 3-star Grand Prix score this afternoon here at the inaugural Silent Ridge Masters Grand Prix.
Next up, the winner of our previous class, and what a great performance that was for Carolina winning. She's worked hard this time, representing the USA aboard her own mount. It's number 414. This way, taking home first place wins in January. Long been at the meter 40 competition for Stella Vista. Also took home a first place win in
The next to start, she's young at just 18 years of age. Caroline Mawhinney, we welcome for the USA. Hugely talented. She's based at Triple M Farms in Wellington alongside Jessica Mendoza and Lexington, Kentucky, their other base. Caroline has trained alongside Jessica for the last 6 years. And in March 2 years ago, 2022, she won the Hermes Under-25 semi-final Grand Prix at Wellington. March this year, she won again the U25 Grand Prix, again at Wellington with Stella La Vista. She's got a great North American youth record as well. Team Gold came in 2022, silver individually that year, and silver the year before as well. That's juniors and ponies. Cassie Z, Caroline Mawhinney's ride this afternoon. 11-year-old Zangaseda son, I'm afraid, hits an early fence out on Nicolas Granat's course. Carthino Z crossed to Guidem. that Caroline owns herself. They've been together since November late last year. They have got 5-star mileage. Their last 2 outings were 5 stars at Angelstone on the Major League circuit and Bridgehampton, New York, their last run prior to coming to Silo Ridge Masters. It's a pretty solid round for Caroline Mawhinney, just the one fence down, well inside time. That's a good, healthy round of applause from our crowd here at Keen Stud. One down for Caroline Mawhinney. Big, bright prospect she is for US show jumping at 18 years of age. This man was 3rd and 6th in Friday's Premier Equestrian 3-star competition. One of the Philipparts twins, his twin brother Olivier. Nicola Philipparts, we welcome. A rider who's just about the hovers around the world's top 20. These were in Rio de Janeiro in 2016, having won a team gold at the Youth Olympics in Singapore back in 2010. And a very good second World Championships in Herning. He was 8th individually with Katanga van Het Dingershof. He's won on the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix in Cascais and Chantilly in 2018. And this year won the Grand Prix again on the Longines Global Champions Tour at Mexico City. His ride this afternoon, Derby de Riverland. I would think this could be the second clear of the Grand Prix. Right on cue, I'm afraid. Commentators curse hits the oxer that has been highly influential. This one, he's 11 years of age, son of Canaan again, Derby de Riverland. He was 2nd in the Meter 55 4-star Grand Prix in August prior to the transatlantic flight. This horse owned by Team Philipparts and Pierre Simolai for Nicola. In fact, there's been a change of horse here. I do apologise. H&M Luna van der Ruytershof said this is Derby was due to start in the Grand Prix. There's been a late substitution. I can tell you that Super Mare, she won that Mexico City Grand Prix on the Longines Global Champions Tour I referred to earlier. Apologies for that, I missed the substitution. We will sadly not see Nicola Philipparts again with the error into the treble combination. That is the one for Belgium this afternoon in the Silo Ridge Masters inaugural 3-star Grand Prix. The next for Great Britain, the second for Great Britain, Grace Debney, we welcome. She's been based for most of her life in the States. Her mother Karen is a dressage rider. She's based out of Wellington. She was at the Young Rider Europeans 2 years ago in Spain for 6th individually and team bronze with Bohème de la Roque. And she's had a lot of great wins. She won the U25 Grand Prix at Wellington with Bohème. That was February 2022. She won the winning round Major League show jumping Traverse City. Serena de Vidal in 2022 as well. She's had two star Grand Prix wins at Wellington this year and a very good 4-star speed win at Devon Horse Show. Grace Debney, I've got a good friend in Germany who thinks she's a huge talent. He's been telling me about Grace's ability for some years now. And her ride J'Esprit has the same fence that claimed that season scalper Peter Lutz 15 minutes ago. J'Esprit HS is her ride. Eldorado van der Zeshoek across to Caroso VDL. And another fence, I'm afraid, for Grace. Owned by the Temple Equestrian Company. And their last outing was 9th in the Old Salem Farm 3-star Grand Prix. Not disappointing. Loss of momentum in the treble 12A and B, I'm afraid. So Grace now will quickly regroup and decide whether she will return or whether just jump a fence on the way out and retire. Not quite sure what she'll choose. Actually, wouldn't be an easy decision. Of course, ideally you'd like to represent your horse at a problem fence to re-establish confidence in whatever fence was bothering them, but equally, if you have a second refusal, things can get a little bit hot under the collar. So retiring, good decision, I think, from Grace Stepney. And Prix is a very talented rider, young rider for Great Britain, out, I'm afraid, of the Silent Ridge Masters 3-star Grand Prix here at Armenia, New York.
And that competitor now joining us in the ring, representing Ireland, Connor Swill. Working about my age limits at number 349. Rider in the global rankings, this competitor took home a first place win at Traverse City in September. The 2-star Meter 45 speed competition for Campbell. Also took home a first place win.
Still only the one clear round, early days yet in this Silent Ridge Masters Grand Prix, although we have now jumped 14 combinations. This man, he has been part of the world's top 10 in recent years, and he is returning that way, number 13 as things stand. And a brilliant time with us in Traverse City. For leg 4 of Major League Show jumping, he was second in the American Gold Cup behind Shane Sweetman with Castorano, and he won the winning round at Traverse City with Vital Chance de la Roque. He's had a huge number of wins this year, getting up towards 30. Connoisseur gets away. This is My Lady La Vista for this very good man from Saintfield, County Down. Connoisseur is a superb golfer as well. I don't know his handicap. I think he's a single-figure handicapper by the quality of his swing. This pair won at Saugerties, New York, a 3-star jump-off class back in early August, and 4th in the Grand Prix at Saugerties. But again, this course of Nicholas Granat is catching out some very good pairs back-to-back. Is Connoisseur into trouble down that very serious diagonal. 10-year-old Holstein mare, this one. Another row down for the horse that is side by Mylord Carthago, cross to Levisto. Certainly we have a lot of respect for the course, with still only the one clear, with some really good riders and horses not managing a clear round. Around Nicholas Granat's Grand Prix here at the Silent Ridge Masters is the inaugural edition. Connoisseur comes home, and I'm afraid it is 2 down for one of the favourites here in North America. 8 for Connoisseur, and My Lady La Vista, his own mare number 15 to jump, has 8.
¿Están comiendo pescado o qué? Connor is out. Connor is out.
Just to recap, still only the one clear round for Brian Mowgray, the very talented young Texan. Vivre le Rêve has got a lot of mileage at 16 years of age. That is the only clear round. Our crowd here at the Silent Ridge Masters are really enjoying this very interesting course of Nicholas Granat that is testing the very best in world show jumping. We have only 3 4-4 rounds that are in second place. Alison Robertai, Oakingham Lyra, Maria Delore, the 4-time Olympian, and Caroline Mawini are the 4-4 rounds. The other good round, that was Peter Lutz and his young 9-year-old Patrona had 5. Very good round that I thought deserved a clear round, but Peter Lutz with 5. Mimi Goshman with 6. They are the best rounds so far, but still only the one clear for Brian Mowgray. As we take a short interval, ladies and gentlemen, whilst we prepare the arena for the next session here at the Silent Ridge Masters Grand Prix. For myself, Ed Holloway, great to bring you the coverage from Armenia, New York. We take a short break, but let's see who will join Brian Mowgray. Those clear rounds are really few and far between. It's fascinating action. Welcome back, everybody, to the inaugural Silent Ridge Masters Grand Prix here at Armenia, New York, the King Stud. Our event directors, Matt Morrissey and Nicole Meyer, our event presidents, Judy Garofalo-Torres and Pedro Torres. And we certainly got a fascinating Grand Prix on our hands here. I think hats off to Nicholas Granat, our course designer from the USA, who set a really strong three-star Grand Prix track this afternoon, given the quality of the horse and riders we've seen early days in this Grand Prix. But still only the one clear round. We have jumped 15 combinations, and just Brian Mowgray has only one that has unlocked the door to the jump-off in this inaugural Grand Prix here at the Silent Ridge Masters. It's a great afternoon of world-class sport. Of course, the quality continues throughout this first round. There are many good riders and combinations to still come, but only the one clear as things stand here in New York State. The one to restart, it is just one for Brazil this afternoon, and Michel Fetosa we welcome. He's from Sao Paulo in the southeast of Brazil originally. Trained extensively with Rodrigo Pessoa and the Amethyst Equestrian, now set up based on his own. And this afternoon, this is a 10-year-old Belgian warm-blood gelding, the son of Game Boy Damsar H&M Cabrio van der Heffink, owned by Jean Reed for Michel Fetosa. Oberon is on the course. This horse actually in his first season show jumping, which is unusual at 10. This is their second three-star Grand Prix after their debut at Socrates, New York. First, I'm afraid, rail goes at the Liverpool. And 5 is the opening blemish for the Brazilian. Fetosa rattles the back of that highly influential Oxer out of the double at 7B that's gone down time and time again this afternoon. The ropey fences out there. Just interesting relations between the fences, which is the complexity that our course designer weaves into his fabric to create his course. So many weaves and strands of the fabric that are woven together to make a really interesting tapestry for a Grand Prix. Into the treble is another mistake, I'm afraid, but bearing in mind this is only their second three-star Grand Prix. It's a good enough round. We'll have a couple of time as well. 2 for time, 12 for jumping, 14 for Michel Fetosa and Oberon. Joanna Reed's horse for the rider for Brazil, number 16 to start, completing with 14 penalties. The turn now of this world-class horsewoman from Miami in Florida initially. Started at 8 years of age in the saddle. Started her career at Gladwin's Farm with the Kramer family. Sydney Olympian, 10th individually in 2000 behind Jerome Doubledown, who took that individual gold at the Australian Games. Worlds in Aachen, 06. That was a team silver with Cuervo gold for the US team. 17 World Cup finals for Margie Goldstein-Engel. And 6th in Helsinki in 98 behind Rodrigo Pessoa and Balubé de Rouet that year. Margie in great form in recent weeks. 2 weeks ago, she was 5th in the American Gold Cup. Its new home since 2020, Traverse City. That was the 53rd edition of the American Gold Cup. That was Decas in 5th place behind Shane Sweetnam. Margie is riding very purposefully here, early days. This is Jack of Hearts on course. This pair mid-August were second in a three-star Grand Prix at Flintfields Horse Park, Traverse City. Margie Goldstein-Engel to join Brian Mowgray. This horse has got a huge ground covering stride, so I'm not concerned about a time penalty here. 20 seconds to get home, but I'm afraid that Oxer just prior to the home turn of 11 is the first blood on the course of Nicholas Granat for Margie Goldstein-Engel. Now through the treble, and yeah, inside time, but I'm afraid the front bar of the Oxer at 11 denies us our second clear of the Silent Ridge Masters three-star Grand Prix. Great round. Mistake coming just after, yeah, just here, the mistake for Margie Goldstein-Engel.
Now a minute into this competition is Mark Blumen riding for Colombia aboard SNL Maracana. Presented by SNL Farms. Assignment number 363. SNL Americana being held in 10 years old.
The next combination, they were third in the Stoneleaf Partners 3-star 1m45 jump-off class yesterday, behind McLean Ward, with Lacera, who won the Stoneleaf Partners' prize. Mark Blumen for Colombia, we welcome, 33 years of age. He was part of that superb win for Maccabi United. Major League Show Jumping's leg last week at CSI Greenwich. For leg 5 of Major League Show Jumping's 4th season. He's right this afternoon, S&L Maracana. 10-year-old Italian gelding, son of Lucky Di Revedi, crossed to Pronto, that is owned by the S&L Farms for Mark. This year, former rider Philippe Lejeune, who was the world champion with Vigard Arsoy back in Lexington in 2010. This pair, early mistake. Young in their partnership. They were 10th in the Blue Diamond Cup, the 4-star Grand Prix, and North Salem was their first outing. Looks very scopy. S&L Maracana turns for home. Still only 3 combinations with 4 penalties. No, in fact, 4 combinations with that ride just now of Nigel Goldstein Engel. That is the 5th 4-4 round only in this Silo Ridge Masters 3-star Grand Prix. 5th 4-4 round. So into that share of 2nd place goes Mark Blumen and his lovely new ride, S&L Maracana. We stay in the Blumen family, and Stephen Blumen for Israel is the next to start. His ride this afternoon, Kashmir de Braise. This former rider of Daniel Blumen, and a new partnership since June of this year. They had a 2-star win at Socrates in June, and they were 4th in the OSF 2-star Grand Prix at North Salem mid-September, about a month ago. Kashmir de Braise trying to join Vivre la Rêve for Brian Mowgray, the sole clear in this highly exacting first round of the 3-star Grand Prix here at Silo Ridge Masters for the inaugural edition. And I'm afraid, thought I saw that vertical goes maybe late on our scoring. Yes, it was a penalty, I'm afraid. Matt Oxer goes again, 7B, causing havoc. It's causing a lot of issue mid-course. Some good rounds unstuck at 7B. This was owned by the over-the-top stables for Stephen Blumen, number 19 of our 46-strong start list, just under the halfway point of the first round, and still only the one clear for Brian Mowgray. Of course, we very much still expect to jump off, even though 1 out of 19 only has mastered the course of Nicholas Granat this afternoon. Trying to score with time penalties as well. There's going to be a 1 time and 2 jumping mistakes, 8 jumping and 1 for time 9 for Kashmir de Braise, and Israel's Stephen Blumen out on the 3-star Grand Prix course. Well, these are the beautiful views of Armenia, New York State, Hudson Valley. As I say, we're pretty close to the border between New York and Connecticut, and just 100 miles due north of New York City. That is why this is such a prime location. You can drive within 90 minutes into the heart of the Big Apple. What a brilliant location it is. And Keen Stud, our base here, one of the premier thoroughbred farms in New York. And it's certainly a real privilege to be here for the inaugural Silo Ridge Masters. Still only the one clear round for Brian Mowgray, the hugely talented 23-year-old, is the only clear round on our slate. This lady, though, is a huge challenge. She's from Colts Neck, New Jersey, and delighted to welcome Jessica Springsteen to the Grand Prix. She started at 5 years of age in the saddle after her family moved to a horse farm. As part of that brilliant Team Silver in Tokyo, not part of the repeat silver in Paris. How close Robert Ridland's team got to the gold. It was really tight between Great Britain and the USA. Jessica, part of the American team that won the Aga Khan Trophy at Royal Dublin in 2014. She won the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix in Saint-Tropez in 2019. And recently won the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix in London with Don Juan van der Donkerve, her Olympic partner from Tokyo last year. This afternoon, Naomi van Het Keizershof for Jessica Springsteen, daughter of Cardento. She's 11 years of age, owned by the Stonehill Farm, but early problems again here. 2 down. It's extraordinary, bearing in mind this pair were third in the Cabana Coast qualifier. Opening day of the CSI Greenwich Major League Show Jumping's 5th leg just a week ago. Yes, Jessica Springsteen has seen quite enough. She's decided to retire, I'm afraid, out on the course. Naomi van Het Keizershof, no chance of returning, and pulls out of the Silent Ridge Masters Grand Prix, I'm afraid to say.
Next up here is Vanessa Hood representing the United States aboard this engine by 2 LLC, known as Easy Girl, number 385.
The new starter, Vanessa Hood, we welcome, based at Wellington with her daughter Millie and husband Gavin. She is from Malibu, California initially, graduate of Yale University. Like Peter Lutz, we saw earlier in this Grand Prix. Also a Yale graduate, Peter. Vanessa jumped the winning round with Maccabi United to claim the Major League Show Jumping team competition last week. Had to beat McLean Ward in the gold medal match, was impressive. This afternoon, Vanessa Hood saddles Easy Girl. 13-year-old Oldenburg mare bred by Gestut Levitz of Paul Schockemuller, daughter of Conthargos, crossed to Nintendo, that is owned by the Take 2 LLC. They have been together since 2022. And last year they were 6th in the 2-star Grand Prix at San Juan Capistrano in California. This lady, I've seen her in the gym on the Major League circuit. She very dedicated to keeping herself very fit to assist her horses at every turn and stone's throw. Breeze has just picked up a little bit here at Silo Ridge, but Easy Girl is jumping beautifully. They're quite experienced, this partnership. Not that is in short, any of the combinations have had problems out there this afternoon. There's been a lot of very seasoned pairs falling into trouble around Nicholas Granat's demanding Silent Ridge Masters 3-star Grand Prix first round, but Vanessa Hood is going beautifully. Time, though, is very tight here. Time is, it's going to be exceeded, I'm afraid. Great round, it was silky smooth, but it is 0.77 of a second out of the time. One time for Vanessa Hood, the Californian, super round, but by 0.77 of a second only. We miss out on our second clear round in the Grand Prix. 1 for Vanessa Hood, goes into second place. The next to come, 22nd to get underway this afternoon, Nar Nassar, we welcome. War number 26. He won the Artemis Farms 2-star Grand Prix last week in Greenwich with Easy Alley and was second in the individual speed competition again in Greenwich. He was born in Chicago, Illinois, but raised in Kuwait and an Olympian. He was 24th with Igor van der Wittemore in Tokyo's Olympics. Winner of the Atco Queen Elizabeth II Cup Grand Prix previously with Coronado at Spruce Meadows. Niles right this afternoon. It is Capital Night Star, 11-year-old Belgian gelding, son of Toulon, crossed to Darko. That Niall owns himself. It's a new combination this year. They had a brilliant finish again in that Atco Queen Elizabeth II Cup. That was 5th up in Spruce Meadows. Captain Night Star rolls back to this big Liverpool. I'm a little bit afraid of the time here for Niall. Looks to my eye a shade slow. Captain Night Star turns for home. Yeah, 10 seconds here. He's going to be having a time penalty. I'm pretty much certain. Nassar, Captain Night Star down to the final fence. Yes, overtime. 0.3 of a second down on the clock. 2 in succession. Full foul of the 77-second time allowed this afternoon around Nicholas Granat's 3-star Grand Prix Corsair, the inaugural Silent Ridge Masters. 2 with 1 time penalty. Vanessa Hood and now the Tokyo Olympian Nassar denied our 2nd and 3rd clear rounds all the way.
So our course rider Nick Granite setting out a formidable challenge here for our riders. And our next join us will be Leland McKeever, a fourth formidable, number 391.
The new starter, young rider, North American champion from Traverse City with this horse last year. And also 5th place with the team. Bailey McKeever is on the course. She's 20 years of age. She is from Brewster, New York. Trained by McLean Ward, Brewster's most famous son in world show jumping. Bailey's a communications major at Auburn University in Alabama. And it is her 3rd season internationally show jumping only, and she's made a beautiful start. This is formidable, and it is their first 3-star Grand Prix. She rides beautifully. Won the Under-25 Grand Prix at Wellington March this year. Just lost a little bit of juice in between the double 7A and B. What a shame. It's an elegant round that Bailey McKeever is weaving out there in her very first 3-star Grand Prix. McLean Ward clearly thinks she's hugely talented, and I can well see why. Formidable down the final line with Bailey McKeever. Just the out part of the double at 7B. Works hard to get down through the treble. And then I'm afraid, yeah, deep stride, just missing there. Stride having lost a little bit of power down through the triple. For a second error out of the course, but it is their 3-star Grand Prix debut. It will be the 8th jumping penalties for the young American from Brewster in her first 3-star Grand Prix. 8 penalties for Bailey McKeever and formidable. Well, again, a real gulf and experience between Bailey McKeever we've just seen and this lady, Beezy Madden, I should say. I was just noting they were both B&M, their first name and surnames, both Beezy Madden and Bailey McKeever we've just seen. No, B&K and B&M, but close enough. And this, the brilliant 4-time Olympian. Individual bronze came and team gold in Hong Kong's games in 08 with Authentic. A world championship record, very impressive. Double silver coming in Aachen in 06 and double bronze in Caen 2014. But even the great Beezy Madden has the early mistake, I'm afraid, that oxer on the far side, causing one after another to fall into penalty. Nairobi, Beezy Madden's ride. Nairobi, 9 years of age. Casalco crossed to Landale, owned by Abigail Wexler. This is their 3rd 3-star Grand Prix together. Mid-September, they were 3rd in a 2-star Grand Prix up in northern Michigan at Traverse City. Beezy Madden runs down this little dog-legged bowed right-hander to this influential oxer, sitting just ahead of the home turn at 11. Just fence 4 black and red oxer. The one down for Beezy Madden. Nairobi for the four-time Olympian down to the final fence, well inside time. Really nice Oldenburg mare that is for Beezy to produce. Nairobi with just the 4 penalties, so still we stay with Brian Mowgray sitting very pretty. And he's certainly enjoying seeing one after another not jumping clear, because at the moment there is no jump off for the Solar Ridge Masters Grand Prix. Surely there will be one. And as we come just over the halfway point, we have jumped now 24 of the 46 starters, still only the one clear at the halfway stage.
So this is the new horse and rider combination. This race taking home a first place win back in Socrates. Meter 32 pace special aboard Ogu Arcon.
Back to the younger generation we go, and Hayley Royce is the new starter, 20 years of age. She has been at 4 North American Youth Championships, and her best year was at Traverse City in 2022 with Sonic Boom individual bronze and team gold in the Junior North Americans. She had a very good 131-star win at Socrates with Og Art Kyle in June this year. Hayley based at Wellington. She did actually compete in dressage for 4 years prior to her show jumping. Student of the University of Georgia on course with Isidorus. Now this is their very first competition together. It's a brave entry point at a 3-star Grand Prix. 11-year-old Dutch-bred stallion, son of Charisma, cross to Samsara Z, owned by Royce Sport Horses, and this horse produced by the man who won the Gothenburg World Cup February this year, that is Lars Kirsten. Hayley Royce has made a brilliant start here. Isidorus, I'm again a little bit worried about the time here. Similar sort of tempo to Nar Nassar, who had that one-time penalty. Covers a lot of ground, this horse, that's the only caveat. Can really cover a lot of terrain per canter stride. But yeah, I think time has exceeded here. It's a shame because Hayley Royce is clear over the fences. In fact, I think Catherine Tyree Flores, apologies for the miss ID, is going to be a very clear round.
77.46. I do have to issue a correction here, though. Moving in the third will be Catherine Tyree Flores and Picor Lorraine.
But Catherine Tyree Flores, that was. Apologies for the change in running order. Pica La Reine comes home, but it is one time penalty for the 9-year-old mare. She is a new ride for Catherine this year. Beautiful clear round over the fences. Former rider Marcus Renzel, the German. But they are clear jumping, but one time for Catherine Tyree Flores and Pica La Reine this afternoon here at the Solar Ridge Masters' inaugural 3-star Grand Prix.
So we will actually be scratching the 26 in our sequence here, Isidorus and Hayley Royce. And again, that previous competitor was Catherine Tyree Flores aboard Picor Lorraine, taking home that third place in our segment this time. That's single time ball.
The new starter is a very talented Irishman, 31 years of age, Philip McGuane, we welcome. Philip was 10th in the Fidelity Grand Prix, Major League Show Jumping's 5th leg at Greenwich last week with Edgar de Prefontaine. Philip joined Evergate Stables in 2022. He's trained by Nar Nassar, who was cleared jumping and a one-time penalty. He's also been with Beat Mandley, who will come a little bit later in 2019 when he moved to the USA. His ride this afternoon, Orfea HQ, his very good 10-year-old daughter of Emerald, crossed to Eplis to Hiker. That is owned by Evergate Stables. But I think, yeah, another one to take that ox up at 4. It's causing a lot of problems. I'm not quite sure why it's on the arena side, but I don't think there's so much going on there that it is a distraction loss that is causing that repetitive mistake for many combinations. This pair, Team Bronze in Ottawa with Major League Show Jumping. Mid-May, they were 8th in the Old Salem Farm 3-star 1m55 Grand Prix as well. But Orfea HQ turns for home with a second oxa for Philip McGuane. Extraordinary. halfway exceeded, and still only the one clear round for Brian Mowgray. Some really good combinations. I don't think this is because of weak combinations. It's a really tough test this afternoon from Nicholas Granat, our American course designer. So Affair comes home, 73.59. Quick time for Philip McGuane. 2 penalties down for 2 fences down for 8 penalties for the Irish combination. And they go into 13th place as we stand here in Armenia, New York. This man must be one you would fancy for a clear round this afternoon. Daniel Blumen, we welcome. Returning Olympian from Paris and his 3rd Olympics. Did not sadly make the individual final with Adriano Z, his ride at Versailles Palace. This man based at Hunter's Moon Farm, Long Island, New York. And this is a very nice new enough ride for Daniel Hummer Z. They took a team silver with the Trailblazers, Detroit Trailblazers at Major League Show Jumping's leg in Ottawa, the Canadian capital, and they were also in the Grand Prix. That was the RBC Grand Prix of Ottawa. That was that super win for Tiffany Foster and Electrique. They were 8th in that Grand Prix. Around a very big course at Wesley Clover Parks. Daniel Blumen to try and join Brian Mowgray and force a jump off here for this inaugural 3-star at the Silver Ridge Masters for the Grand Prix. He can jump fence for that influential Oxer. Daniel, who has won 2 Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix, both at Angelstone, 2021 and 2022. Ahmadzed breathes on the front of 7B, but it stays clear at this point. The Israeli. And he will be quick enough for certain. Just a stronger tempo than those that have run into time penalties. Daniel Blumen still clear. 4 fences to go for our 2nd clear round of the Silver Ridge Masters Grand Prix this afternoon. Yes, super ride down through the treble. He is inside time, and Daniel Blumen is the 2nd clear. Rattled the last. It was nearly denied, but it has thankfully stayed in the cups, and we wait. Well, a good time. 1 hour and a quarter. We have been going through the first round, and that is a 2nd clear after, well, about 40 minutes from Brian Mowgray's clear. We have a jump off here at Silver Ridge Masters. There's the one for Israel, joining the one for the USA. Daniel Blumen will be back with Hummer Z. The new starter, Sloane Coles, gets away, number 29, from the Plains in Virginia, graduate of Drew University, New Jersey. And she operates Spring Ledge LLC in Virginia, in hunting country, in the heart of Virginia. Sloane made her Nations Cup debut for the USA at Spruce Meadows. His Masters in 2019 was a very exciting location for her debut in the red jacket of the US national team. And her ride this afternoon, Ninja van der Moorhoever, owned by the Ninja Group for Sloane Coles, makes a great start. 11-year-old Belgian bred mare, daughter of Elvis Taputa, across to Kashmir van Schutershoff. And they had a very good 3-star 1m40 win at Trana, North Carolina in July this year. Ninja looks quick enough to my eye here as well. Sloane Coles for back-to-back clears for Daniel and this lady. Sloane Coles down through the treble combination. Still clear and should be inside time. What a good round that is. Yeah, beautiful round. Well inside, snugly inside the time. And after a dearth of clear rounds, we have two in succession. Like the proverbial London buses, they say you wait for an hour for one London bus and then 5 come at once. That's the old adage in England. We have our third clear round of the Silent Ridge Masters. It's 3-star Grand Prix. It is a second for the USA. Sloane Coles joins Brian Mowbray. And here's Blumen into our jump-off super round. That is for Ninja. The Ninja Group's lovely Belgian mare.
In this competition, and we'll move on to the last one now before our drag. That's the Tiffany Foster representing Canada aboard Northern Light. This horse run by Artisan Barnes, number 323.
The new starter, Tiffany Foster for Canada. We welcome this, the last before the drag break, to prepare the ground for the last session here at the Silent Ridge Masters. Tiffany, returning Olympian from Paris, runs Little Creek Equestrian, Langley, British Columbia, Wellington, and in Belgium as well. This is her superb Northern Light, who won Tiffany's very first 5-star Grand Prix, Major League Show Jumping's opening leg last year. Thunderbird at home in British Columbia. 13 years of age, this mare, but yes, an early mistake, I'm afraid, for the Plot Blue Contender daughter, owned by the Artisan Farms for Tiffany. She had a very good win, a 1m50 3-star win at T-Bird in August of this year with Northern Light, but out of source today. This mare bred in the north of Sweden with the second error into the combination at 7A. Northern Light looking to retire, I'm afraid. Tiffany Foster pulls up prematurely of the finish line for a retirement for Canada, the treble Olympian. And Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix winners and Thunderbird last year retire prior to the final drag break here at the Silent Ridge Masters' inaugural Grand Prix. Well, things certainly are spicing up here. Brian Mowbray had run away with the show for most of the first round, but finally we have some company. It's another 2 clears to add to the one for Brian Mowbray, for Sloane Coles and Daniel Blumen. It is 2 for the USA and 1 for Israel. 3 clears in total. We are 2/3 of the way through. Here's the confirmation, the first round of the Silent Ridge Masters Grand Prix. We take a short break from Armenia, New York, and myself, Ed Holloway. Thank you for your company. There's still some really good combinations to come in this last session, including the likes of the world number 8, McLean Ward, winner of the Bridgehampton Classic, the Hampton Classic, Rene Dittmer, and the very good Irishman, Garrett Kenny, just some of the stars we will see. Short break here from the Grand Prix. We'll be back shortly.
the third, admitted into the jump off at this time, Sloan Pulse. And Ninja, JW, Bob the Moonhole.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The last third of the first round of this inaugural three-star Grand Prix, the Silo Ridge Masters. Delighted to welcome you back to this world ranking class. The 1m50 three-star Grand Prix resumes. It was just Brian Mogray in the first session, the only clear of the first 20 or so, but things certainly have warmed up with two clears coming back to back. Firstly, for the treble Olympian, the Israeli Daniel Blumen, great clear for Hummer Z. A new ride for Daniel that looked beautiful, and that was a stunning second clear round. And then Sloan Coles made the course look very easy with Ninja van der Moorhoven. Two clears for the USA and the one clear for Israel. As we stand into the last third, we go. It's about 15 more combinations to come and face this very interesting course of Nicholas Granat. There's caught out at many of the best in the business, the likes of Abdurrahman Al-Raji. He won the Major League Show Jumping Grand Prix last week. Nicola Philippards, an Olympian, again into trouble, as was Connor Swale, the one number 13, not able to unlock the jump off door. So certainly it's a fascinating first round course for the Grand Prix here in Armenia, New York. This is the wonderful surroundings here, brilliant hospitality put on by the Morrissey Management Group, our organizer here, our event directors Matt Morrissey and Nico Meyer. Welcome back to the Grand Prix here at Silo Ridge's Masters, the inaugural year. And Lucie Delaurier will come. Her father Mario, who's already jumped, and he, well, it was good, but no clear round, I'm afraid, for Dad. Lucie comes forward. She was past the Pan Americans in Lima 2019. That was the year that Malamudolo Zanotelli won the double gold. And Hester was her ride. She was 8th in the individual standings and behind Marlon that year. And Team Bronze with the USA. Former North American Young Rider Champion. That was again with Hester in 2015. And Javara N for Lucie Delaurier this afternoon. He's a 10-year-old H5 Elvaro Cross Ecuador son, owned by the Luja LLC. Mid-May this year, they were very well placed, third in the Empire State 4-star Grand Prix at Old Salem. And they had a top 10 finish as well in the 5-star class at Spruce Meadows in June. And Jovaro N has made a great start here for Lucie Delaurier, down to this big Oxford at 6. And this double, though, highly influential. The out part's gone more than the in, but the in part, I'm afraid, is the first blip on the course for the pair for the USA. Problems spread out very evenly around Nicholas Granat's course, which is a course designer's dream. No one point particular problems, but just a spread of difficulties. Lucie Delaurier down the final line, which has ridden quite well, actually, that treble combination. 12A, B and C. And jumps the last. It's a very quick round. Time has been catching out a few this afternoon. But Lucie Delaurier, I'm afraid, with 4 penalties. Good round for Javaro N. And they have 4 penalties out on the Silo Ridge Masters' 3-star Grand Prix first round. That was the error into the double at 7A. This Grand Prix very handsomely endowed with $125,000 our prize purse. A third of that will go to our winner. It is just above $41,500, the winner's check today. And the next to come with 3 clears as we stand at 2 for the USA and the 1 for Israel. 3 clears. We have jumped now 31 combinations. So yeah, 1 in 10 is the statistic. It is slim pickings that are making our jump off. It's a great test in this first round. We now come to the USA's Hillary McNerney, who had a very good 5-star win at Spruce Meadows with Astilby back in July of 2022. And right this afternoon is the 9-year-old son of Zinedine across the corner to Blensky. There's Orlando Royal on course for Hillary. Zinedine, the very good offspring of Zinedine, horse that Philip Weishaupt took to the Olympics in Paris. I just read has been sold. That's a fascinating departure from the Beerbaum stable, but I'm afraid Orlando Royal has an early mistake. This pair together since October of last year. A horse ridden by Hannah Zalman prior to Hillary McNerney, Christian's brother. This is their third 3-star Grand Prix together. Yeah, losing power badly in 7A and B. And it is their third error out on the course, I'm afraid, taking its toll on the American combination. Orlando Royal still looking pretty confident down into this last line. It's another one down into the combination. 4 fences down. Going to be just inside the time, actually, by 100th of a second. But it is 4 fences down, I'm afraid. 16 for Hillary McNerney. That horse just 9. It's a big old 150 track this afternoon for a 9-year-old. Comes home with 16 penalties on this Silent Ridge Masters' 3-star Grand Prix first round course.
Katie Eppinger now rides his next entry. Junior runner of Conco's Terry Yes, number 107.
The new starter, the USA's Katie Eppinger, getting underway, 26 years of age. She made her international debut in only October of last year, so her second season, just about a year show jumping. She made her 3-star Grand Prix debut at Saugerties in July of this year. Jumped well there, had 1 fence down and 3 time for 7 penalties only. Trains with Blumen Equestrian. Daniel Blumen, one of our 3 qualified already for this Silent Ridge Masters inaugural Grand Prix, but again, that Oxer on the far side goes again. Chaco's Cherry PS for Katie. 13-year-old Oldenburg mare, Chaco Blue, crossed to Charity that Katie owns. And their last outing was in Greenwich last week. Run out, sadly, into the combination 7A and B. Mare just looking quite strong suddenly in the bridle. I'm thinking a retirement is on the cards here. Yes, sad to see Katie Eppinger retires out on the course. New combinations of 3-star Grand Prix, so I'm afraid that is the tale. Young in their career, and they retire. Katie Eppinger is out with Chaco's Cherry PS, I'm afraid, of the Silent Ridge Masters inaugural 3-star Grand Prix. The world number 8, we welcome McLean Ward, 6-time Olympian from Brewster, New York, enters the battle. He won the Cabana Coast qualifier last week at Major League Show Jumping's 5th leg in Greenwich, Connecticut with Contagious, and Team Silver with the Roadrunners. McLean had a very good win. He won yesterday Stone Leaf Partners 3-star 1m45 jump off class. And his ride tonight is First Lady. 11-year-old Oldenburg mare, daughter of Don Diarado, crossed to Laudanos, that is owned by Robin Clary Parsky for McLean Ward. Team win in Ottawa for the Roadrunners and in Greenwich last year, both those wins. This pair were in Aachen this year, in the heart of Germany, the brilliant Chio. And they, in 3 5-star classes, they were 5th, and they had 2 third places as well. So great form The huge Aachen show, but I'm afraid even McLean Ward falls foul of 7A and B. This course continues to stun the best in the business. Quite extraordinary, the combinations, the quality of them that are running into trouble. Walks big, it was technical, but still only 3 clears, and the likes of the world number 8, McLean Ward, 34th to jump, will not be our 4th clear, I'm afraid. First Lady comes down to the last fence. Very quick round for McLean Ward, but I'm afraid we'll stay with the 3 clears in this inaugural Silent Ridge Masters. McLean very good friends with our event presidents, Judy and Pedro Torres. But we will not see, I'm afraid, First Lady again for McLean Ward. He bows out of the first round. "35th to start this afternoon, Nicholas De La Joya we welcome, from Bedford, New York initially, and now based in Wellington. He was at the World Cup finals in Omaha 2023. Cornets Cambridge was very good in those finals, for 20th in behind Henry von Eckermann and King Edward. His ride this afternoon is Delano van der Heide Z, owned by the Wembley Farms for Nicholas. They were 3rd in the 3-star Grand Prix at Traverse City in July this year. This horse, a new ride for Nicholas De La Joya this year. They get a nice weight, the Cat 4 and the Liverpool vertical at 5. Runs down now to this double that has been a real giant killer of clears. Yeah, rattles out, I'm afraid it is 7B and 8 as well. Close order for Nicholas De La Joya. Third error into the treble combination, and a new combination this year. Come down over the last fence. They hit that hard as well, but it stays. But it is 12, I'm afraid, for Nicholas De La Joya and his lovely new Delano van der Heide. The Wembley's horse comes home with 12. Combination 35 out on the first round. This really tough first round course of the Silent Ridge Masters inaugural 3-star Grand Prix.
This will be the 13th competitor here in the first round, with Anthem representing Germany aboard Emerson. This horse run by Mario Delorme. Horse is Prix.
11 more to come in the first round. Still only the 3 clears. The 2 for the USA, Brian Mogray and Sloane Coles. And the 1 for Israel's Daniel Blumen. 1 for Germany this afternoon, and he is a very good one. 31 years of age, from Stade to the northwest of Hamburg. One number 81, René Dittmer, is on the course. His recent full trip to the USA has yielded his very first 5-star Grand Prix win. That was the Longines Hampton Classic. Bridgehampton, Corsica X, won there in September. He was 6th in the King George V Gold Cup at Hickstead this year, again with Corsica. But Emerson, I'm afraid, has again that Oxer at 4. This was the Olympic partner of Marie Delorier from the Paris Games. But only the second show with René Dittmer, and another Oxer, fence 6, also falling. 4 down now. Extraordinary, the dismantling now and dismembering of our combinations this course is causing. Quality rider, Olympic horse, and 4 down. Okay, they're a new combination, which is the likely explanation, but still it leaves you scratching your head a little bit as to why such trouble. And Dittmer on the line, his partner, the American jumper Chloe Reed. He was with the Beerbaums, Meredith and Marcus Michaels Beerbaum, for 3 years. He's been based on his own for 3.5 years now. Trains with Marie Delorier, whose horse this is, but a tough round. René Dittmer and Emerson. That was the start of the troubles, I'm afraid, for the tall German.
Ireland, number 436, that's Derek Kennedy, aboard Rockstar. This horse on by Ethan Farm.
The next to come, there's a man you would fancy. Will love this difficult challenge this afternoon. Tokyo Olympian,
Home at second place.
based at Oakland Stables in Darien, Connecticut, Wellington, Florida, and in the Netherlands. He had a very good week in Greenwich last week. He won the two-star Artemis Farms qualifier with Serendipity. He was second in the five-star Cabana Coast qualifier with Eddie Blue. And Eddie Blue again went on to sixth in the Fidelity five-star Grand Prix behind Abdurrahman Al Raji last week. Well, number 22 getting started there this afternoon has saddled Rockstar, 11-year-old KWPN registered stallion. E-Star crossed to C. Carnute. This pair were a very good fourth in the Blue Diamond four-star Grand Prix at North Salem in September. Eric Kenny beautifully down through 7A and B and 8 that devilishly difficult diagonal. I think time is okay here for the Irishman. Trained initially at North Run Farm with Missy Clark and John Brennan. He won a training bursary at Royal Dublin as a young man, which was a bursary to train with a top American trainer. That was what started Dara's love affair and successful relationship with the US. It's a very quick round. That is very comfortably inside the time. And we do have our fourth clear. And the world number 22 will be back to battle for the inaugural Sulleridge Masters Grand Prix. Kenny is Ireland into the jump of Ireland, the third nation. We join the two for the USA and the one for Israel. Finally, our fourth clear belongs to Dara Kenny.
So the next challenge on course, Skylar Riley aboard Robin de Pampois for 174. This horse will make Captain Gallagher. Tours of Matter Combination Creek held the sixth place finish in Socrates and the three-star in July. Also taking only seventh place for the number bill. Four-star record, welcome state for
This, the horse I mentioned earlier, that was the ride of earlier starter Peter Lutz in the World Cup Finals in 2016. The 19th position. Robin de Pontual is on the course for Shula Riley. Shula herself vastly experienced at 4 World Cup Finals and 8th in Las Vegas in 2000 with Ilian. Her best finish. Las Vegas in 05, 07 and in late 2022, but Robin de Pontual, I'm afraid, 7B takes another big scalp. This horse now the grand old age of 19. They were 6th in the Socrates 4-star Grand Prix or 3-star Grand Prix back in late July this year. And 2nd in Wellington, Florida's Grand Prix, 4-star Grand Prix. That was in December last year. But Shula Riley retires the 19-year-old out on the course, understandably. Robin de Pontual out of the Sulleridge Masters Grand Prix. 19 and nothing to prove.
Receiving the zone entry number 394, representing the United States is Alessandra Borgi. A rider here of Gassi.
The next to start, another very promising young rider for the USA, 24 years of age. She rode at her inaugural World Cup Finals in Leipzig 2022 with Belinda. Alessandra Volpi, we welcome. She had a good Major League show jumping leg with us at Angelstone for leg 2. She was 4th in both the 2-star and the 5-star Grand Prix. Candy Luck Z in the big class at Angelstone behind Lily Keenan and Kick On from Woodside, California, Northern California, and went to university not far from Woodside at the brilliant Stanford University. Major in Science, Technology and Society. It's a lovely Gracias du Pachi on course. That's your 5-star winner at Falsterbo in Sweden last year. I'm afraid another one's full foul of 4. Big Oxer on the far side of this main arena here at Silo Ridge. This horse that Alessandra owns herself. Travels now down to 7A and B. Quality of combination that is out there is notable. And another one to have 7B. Course team working hard here to put the fences back in good order. Gracieux Pachy. Also in France prior to the sale to the USA. Name's just eluding me at the moment, but a very good French jockey. Brought this horse up to international level. Two down for Alessandra Volpi, I'm afraid, the Northern Californian. 8 penalties for Gracieux Pachy around this highly influential course of Nicolas Granat for the inaugural 3-star that's proving to be a real cliffhanger. The Silo Ridge Masters is 3-star Grand Prix. 8 it is for Alessandra Volpi, starting at number 39 of the 46 in the first round. Still only the 4 clears, the 2 for the USA, the 1 for Israel, and the recent one for Dara Kenny for Ireland.
As contender here in the first round, around $125,000 class is CPF2 and Isabella Lusikov. This entry on by Swab Pony Allison. This Lusikov representing the nation of Israel here. On CPF2.
1 clear for Israel already, and this pair from the Olympics in Paris were a combination at the Games this summer. Seafair the second was 64th individually with Isabella Rusikov. Former ride of David Will, the very good German. David's ride at the Riesenbeck Europeans in 2021. This pair was 6th in the World Cup in Bordeaux in southern France, February this year, but another pair to have fence 4 down. I think proving to be the most influential fence out on the first round course. Probably even more effect it's had than 7B. Isabella from New York initially, graduate of the University of Miami. And this son of Cardento that is owned by Isabella and the Suave Pony Company. It's a represent to the double at 7AB. Didn't trust her first distance, had to better swing back and re-approach than crash through that highly influential double at 7A and B. But yeah, it looks like Isabella struggling out there a little bit. I think is going to retire. Seafair the second out on the Silo Ridge Masters Grand Prix course. I'm sad to say. Retirement, yes, for Isabella Rusikov, Israel, and Seafair the second. The new starter, superb record. She was at the Pan Americans in Toronto in 2015 with Lily for individual 11 and the team bronze for the USA. Veteran of 2 World Cup finals in Las Vegas, 05 with Nadia. And the best finish came in Gothenburg 2019 with Chameur for 17th individually. Georgina Bloomberg we welcome to the Silo Ridge Masters inaugural 3-star Grand Prix. Georgina saddles Talara Colmine this afternoon. The wide number 412 joins the battle. This pair had a very good win at Traverse City. That was the welcome stake they won in Michigan in late July, and then 8th in the Old Salem Farm welcome stake. That was in mid-September, just under a month ago. This one out of the Australian Warm Blood Horse Association studbook, interestingly enough. Talara Colmine makes a great start for Georgina Bloomberg. Read by Talara Warmbloods. Coleman crossed to Quinn RZ, owned by Gotham Enterprises. Georgina Bloomberg, secure first half now. This scarred double being battered this afternoon. Jumps 7A and B, but 8, I'm afraid, is the first blemish for Talara Colmine, and we stay with 4 clears. And this is number 41, so yeah, it's still 1 in 10 only are mastering or have mastered Nicholas Granat's beefy technical first round course of this Salaridge Masters inaugural 3-star Grand Prix. It's a real titanic Goliath-like challenge that all our combinations are facing. It's a shame. It's a good round, very good round. Inside time comfortably, but it was that error. Cross the diagonal, I guess, took a little breath having been cleared through 7 A and B. This the error at 8 for Georgina Bloomberg. To Lara Colmine, good round for the rider for the USA, has 4 penalties. The next to come, this man, one of the great names of world show jumping. Be it Manley, we welcome 3-time Olympian, Atlanta, Sydney and Tokyo with Desari. 3 World Equestrian Games, Rome, Jerez and Aachen, 98, 02 and 06. 9 World Cup finals, and what a record. Winner in Las Vegas in 07. It was twice third Kuala Lumpur, Las Vegas, 2000 and 2006. 3 times fourth, Gothenburg 97, 99 in Gothenburg. And again, worked with 3 fourth places in the Scandinavian. In 2008, it's an incredible record. It Manley's on course. This is Kay Gray for the Swiss rider. It's with us last week in Greenwich, Connecticut for leg 5 of Major League Show jumping. And this mare, she was bred in Italy. She's 9 years of age. She was second in that Artemis Farms 2-star Grand Prix last week, but I'm afraid the 3-star Grand Prix this week at Silent Ridge Masters uncouples the very good pair for Switzerland. 7A and B strikes again. This only the 4th show with Beards. In fact, North Salem, their opening show together, Bridgehampton, and Greenwich was their 3rd show last week. So 4th show only is a new combination. Come home with 3 fence down out on the Silent Ridge Masters' Grand Prix course, and 1 time penalty as well for Beard Manley, 34K for Switzerland.
Number 440. That's Sarah Hubbard aboard Jeff Hardy. First on that 140 International. The 440.
Just 4 more to start, and still 4 clears only. The 2 for the USA, Brian Mogray jumped the first, Sloan Coles the other one for the home nation. Daniel Blumen for Israel, Israel the 2nd nation qualified, and Ireland the 3rd nation with Dara Kenny. Those are the 4 clear rounds only. We have 3 that were clear jumping, but had 1 time penalty. Nan Nassar ruining the 3rd of a second over. Catherine Tyree Flores as well, 0.46 over, and Vanessa Hood, 0.77 of a second over. The 3 one-time penalty rounds. Our new starter, Sarah Hubbard, is on the early part of the course already. Has had a blemish with Japadi. This one owned by the Hubbard Horses International for Sarah. Japadi turns back to 6 that has caused enough trouble. This is their first 3-star Grand Prix. They are a new enough combination, about a year together. That 2nd season they formed in February of 2023, so a little bit more like best part of 2 years. But still first 3-star Grand Prix for Japadi. It's produced by the very good Irish jockey Jennifer Kuhnler of the Tully-Barn stud in Ireland. This 10-year-old gelding turns now for home. 3-star Grand Prix debut. It's a good debut. Going to be close to the time. We'll take the vertical out of the combination. Just inside by 900ths of a second. The time allowed of 77 seconds, but 1 early mistake and 1 late mistake. But their 3-star Grand Prix debut is a successful one. 8 penalties for Japadi and Sarah Hubbard for the USA. Combination 43. So with 8 at 3-star Grand Prix first round.
Next up, representing Ireland is Christian Coyle, riding for Alexis K. Moto, aboard Extravaganza Assembly, number 200. This horse in rider combination taking home a 9th place finish in wet back in March in the 3-star meter 45 power speed. Also a 10th place finish in Bronze.
Ireland already secure a jump off place with that super round from Darragh Kenny. Can they make it a double? Christian Coyle, we welcome. Cousin of Daniel and Jordan Coyle. Christian is aboard the 10-year-old Stelle Francais mare Extravaganza Semi. Has the late start in the Silent Ridge Masters' 3-star Grand Prix. Jarnac across the Heartbreaker. Not a Diamond de Semi line actually. Owned by Alexis Bodo for Christian Coyle, number 44, third last of the first round here at Silent Ridge's Masters. This pair part of the 5-star Grand Prix that René Dittmer won, the Longines Hampton Classic. And also in Saugerties, New York recently. So again, a pair that have got 5-star Grand Prix experience. They have an early mistake, back of 6. The Oxford tumbles for Christian Coyle and 8 as well. Just 2 more to start, so at best we're going to have 6 clear rounds in the opening round of this Silent Ridge Masters. Is very first 3-star Grand Prix, which has been an epic battle. Christian Coyle turns down the home line. It's a 4th error into the treble for Extravaganza Semi, and Ireland's Christian Coyle completes just his side to time, but it is going to be 4 down, 16 penalties for Christian Coyle, late starter in the first round with Alexis Bodo's Extravaganza Semi out on this really fascinating course of Nicholas Granat.
Next exhibitor representing Ireland, Nicky Galligan, riding for Santa Rosa Group, aboard Nikita Vandaloo, number 424. Nicky and Nikita home.
The next to start this horse, owned by the Santa Rosa Group, who owned the very first horse of our Grand Prix. That was Cash Money of Stella Buckingham. It is again the Santa Rosa Group's Nikita van der Looijerk. Nicky Galligan is in the saddle. One number 366 gets started. Video Nikita van der Looijerk, the penultimate to get underway. This pair, very good recent form. They were 5th in the Blue Diamond Cup, the 4-star North Salem Grand Prix. They were 3rd in the 3-star Grand Prix in Saugerties in early August as well. And they had a win at Saugerties in June. But another pair, despite that flurry of great results, has early mistakes. And Nicky Galligan pulls up Nikita van der Looijerk. Just shows the demands once again, given that recent brilliant from the Irish pair. They get into trouble early doors and retire out on the first round course of this Silent Ridge Masters. Is highly influential 3-star Grand Prix first round. Nicky Galligan retires.
So this rider representing the United States had a first place win in Bruce Meadows in the 5-star meter 50 speed competition. July, aboard Oakley Special. Also took home a first place win in Ottawa 2-star meter 40 opener back in August of 2023 above Orleans Van Wyenstra.
The last to go, ladies and gentlemen, of the first round. 4 clears at this point, and the final combination. Ellen Haas it is for the USA. She is the world number 320 to anchor proceedings. Just 20 years of age. Eleanor, 3 youth North American championships and Traverse City. And Claude is her ride tonight. I should say this late afternoon. This pair 10th in the Old Salem Farm Grand Prix at North Salem. Last outing. Second in a big 5-star 1m55 jump-off class at Spruce Meadows in early July, so they can jump this course clear. They can't, I'm afraid. 7B goes. Not only that, second in the non-Grand Prix at Spruce, but also second in a 165-star Grand Prix in late June. Quality pair. Falling foul of Nicholas Granat's first round course once again. It will be 4 only. That come back to contest for the inaugural Grand Prix here in the Silent Ridge Masters' very first Grand Prix, which has been a really fascinating battle. Brilliant combination, recent form again, like Nicky Gallagher, who just retired, has been very good. You would expect to clear around, but I'm afraid Al Hass has 2 fences down. Claude gives us the final score. It is 8. Into trouble, as many have been down through 7A and B. And the last of the first round of this Silent Ridge Masters Grand Prix comes home with 8 penalties. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a brilliant 2 hours or so. First round completes here around Nicholas Granat's really interesting course. Here's confirmation. It is just these 4 that will return to contest the jump off for the inaugural Grand Prix here. Ryan Mowgray jumped the first clear, seemed like an eternity before the second clear. Israel's Daniel Blumen and Hummer Z. Sloan Coles provided the second home clear with a very good exhibition with Ninja van der Moorhoven. And the world number 22, the 4th clear round, Ireland trying to win the inaugural Grand Prix here at Silent Ridge Masters in the very good hands of Dara Kenny. Those 4 only, we jumped 46, and only 4 have made the jump off this $125,000 Silent Ridge Masters Grand Prix. We take a short break from the action. From myself, Ed Holloway, thank you for your company, and we'll see you again very shortly to see who clinches this inaugural Grand Prix.
For over 25 years, Miller & Associates' team of highly skilled veterinarians has been committed to improving your horse's health and well-being. We deliver progressive and compassionate care through a collaborative team approach. With 4 locations on the East Coast, our team is equipped to provide state-of-the-art ambulatory care for your equine athlete at home and on the road. Miller & Associates. Dedicated service, superior care.
Premier Equestrian is the leading provider of arena footing products in North America, featuring a full line of footing products to fit any budget. From home arenas to prestigious events, Premier Equestrian is the company to rely on.
Horse owners, trainers, and facility managers know the importance of good footing. It supports the safety and conditioning of their equine athletes. Premier Equestrian understands this too. Call us at 800-611-6109 or look us up at premierequestrian.com.
Welcome back to the inaugural Grand Prix. We've had a fascinating first round. This, the Solar Ridge Masters, is 3-star, $125,000 Grand Prix. It is a world ranking class, and a third of that total prize fund of $125,000 will go to our winner. Only 4 combinations have jumped the first round of Nicholas Granat's clear. So the battle on for the $41,500 winners check. This afternoon, that is Brian Mogray and Sloan Coles for the USA, Daniel Blumen, the treble Olympian for Israel, and the Tokyo Olympian for Ireland, and world number 22, that is Dara Kenny. They are the ones that are returning. I can tell you a little bit about the course now for the jump off. It is a track of 280 meters. It is a twisty, turny, snaky affair. Brilliant opening round. The time allowed 45 seconds. They will start up on the far side of the arena. Influential Ox, fence 4 will start them into their running, then down a left-handed curve to fence number 5 as for the first round. Then they turn a very sharp right-hander back to 6. It is now, though, number 15. It is going to be a vertical, replacing the Ox as was there for the first round. They then come back to the highly influential double from the opening round, 7A and B. Vertical to Oxa remain on one stride. They then turn right-handed to a new fence that is sort of down middle part of the arena. That is a vertical fence number 16. They then have another very sharp left-hander, 2 parts of the treble remaining, 12B and C, a pair of verticals that will be not easy at the end of a galloping, twisting, turning jump off to jump 2 verticals at high speed, not easy. They then go down to the last fence, the Big Oxford at 13. That is the final fence. As I say, really snaking turns they're going to have to weave. The wind's picked up. It's a beautiful New York State afternoon. Welcome to the inaugural Solar Ridge Masters' Grand Prix jump off for the $125,000 prize purse. 4 riders only, as I say, in it. 2 for the USA, Brian Mowgray and Sloan Coles. 1 for Israel, Daniel Blumen. And Ireland's Dara Kenny will be underway shortly with the jump-off. Welcome back to the Silent Ridge Masters' Grand Prix in this beautiful main arena.
Arriba.
Also, keep well-being who's found to provide you and your horses with the very best quality nutritional expertise and support. It is their aim.
Acá, güey, quítaselas. Acá, del salto. De este salto, quítaselas.
Just take it off that jump. Bring it here.
There are high-end competition facilities like Maestro,
Corriendo.
their flagship products match.
De 20, de las de arriba, son de 20.
Just bring 2 cups. Come.
Behind that,
De arriba, son de 20.
through micronization, exclusion, and science, keep focused here to redefine my nutrition.
So this is the scene as the course team here. They've worked hard and it's been a very warm afternoon. That is the New York Skyline Oxer. New York, as I say, 100 miles only to our south of our base here. That's Armenia. That is the final fence on the jump-off course for this inaugural Silent Ridge Masters' Grand Prix. 4 to go. It's a elite small jump-off that is going to be fascinating because with only 4, you just think, well, do I just guarantee a clear round or do I go for broke? But the quality is high, so I think this will be a quick jump-off, even though it is a small jump-off. And our trailblazer, Brian Mowgray, jumped the very first clear in the first round, so he will be the first to jump. 23 years of age, from Flower Mound, Texas initially. He rode at the Echo FBI Worlds in Herning in 2022. And this is brilliant. Vivre la Rêve, who won the Live Oak World Cup in 2019. 2019 again, the Lexington leg of the World Cups as well. And Brian Mowgray gets us underway. Vivre la Rêve turns back to this now vertical. Fence 15, angles over that beautifully. Third and then last Grand Prix at North Salem, the Blue Diamond Cup. Brian now turns back to this new vertical at 16. This is the very hard, very tight serpentine. Back to the vertical. In fact, it's just the one vertical. Apologies for the misinformation. I thought both B and C remained, but just the one, and 33.18 is the pace set by Brian Mowgray. 15 years of age this time, son of Houston Powers home. Sue Brown to get us started in this Silent Ridge Masters Grand Prix. 33.18 is the opening time. That sets the bar for the 3-star Grand Prix here at the Silent Ridge Masters.
So a very, very nice round. 7 games here in the jump-off round of this competition. 3 competitors remaining here. The next, we're going to see representing Israel.
This is a new combination, but in the very capable hands of the treble Olympian Hummer Z. We welcome Daniel Blumen. Comes forward. 33.18 of Brian Mowgray is his challenge. This pair very good in the RBC Grand Prix in Ottawa. Leg 3 of Major League Show Jumping's season this year. Hummer Z can certainly turn very tight for Daniel Blumen. Little horse with short, choppy canter action, which will suit these tight turns. You don't want too big a horse, too long a striding horse to weave around these very tight turns from Nicholas Granats. Here we go. I think this is going to be a fascinating speed confrontation. Z, former rider Beezy Madden, only with Daniel since May of this year. They're yet to win. They've had a number of podiums together. Like 6 podiums already. But 15, I'm afraid, takes the Israeli scalp. At high speed, Daniel Blumen put under pressure by Brian Maugray's real fluency. Mid-course, Z turns down to the penultimate. It's going to be over the time in any case. Brian Maugray, 33.18, will stand tall and proud. But one down, I'm afraid. The vertical falls at 15. But the treble Olympian from Hunter's Moon Farm, Long Island, New York. 4 penalties for Daniel Blumen. And his very exciting new ride Hummer Z, 34.99. A good second and a half down on Brian Maugray's leading time. The next to come, Sloan Coles from the USA, from the Plains in Virginia. This is the Spring Ledges Ninja. Ninja van der Merhove gets started. They had a very good speed win in Tryon in July of this year. Elvis to put across the Cashman van Schuddershoff is away beautifully. This is a very difficult first turn that she masters. Forward stride. I would think very similarly paced here to Brian Maugray. This the really difficult mid part of the course here. Now Sloan Coles comes down to the penultimate, 5 seconds on landing. Get ahead of Brian Maugray, will just be down on the Texans time, I think. Great effort, 0.71 of a second down only. Sloan Coles just bows her head with a little bit of frustration, but that is a very good double clear round. Will go second and guarantees herself a podium finish, whatever happens. Goes ahead of Daniel Blumen, 33.89, just 2/3 of a second down on Brian Maugray. Super effort from Sloan Coles. Ninja van der Merhove goes second with 1 more to come. The last to go, the world number 22. Brilliant week last week, and to keep up his super run of form, Darragh Kenny. Oakland Stables his base, and away goes Rockstar. Sharp start for this E-Star C Carnute Stallion. Brian Maugray's time 33.18. Darragh Kenny. Very good turn out of a 15, right on the far flank of the jump. Yeah, quick through the double. Darragh Kenny gets a cry from our crowds here. It's going to be really close on the clock here. Rockstar down to the penultimate. Darragh Kenny, though, takes it. Wow. What a good effort. Was 0.23 only down on Brian Maugray's winning time, but that is the pure pressure applied by the young Texan. The penultimate goes for Darragh Kenny. And Brian Maugray wins the inaugural Solar Ridge Masters 3-star Grand Prix. It is a home victory. The 23-year-old claims the Solar Ridge Masters is an inaugural 3-star Grand Prix with his great top partner Vivre la Rêve, 15-year-old. There's won many huge classes for Brian Maugray. 2 World Cups, Live Oak and Lexington in 2019. Here's the confirmation. Only 2 double clears out of the entire 46 starters. Brian Maugray wins the inaugural Grand Prix here at the Solar Ridge Masters with Vivre le Rêve. Sloan Coles is a brilliant second with the second double clear. Then come the Olympians Darragh Kenny and Daniel Blumen, 3rd and 4th, and another Olympian is 5th in Niall Nassar. Just the one time as well, alongside with Catherine Thierry Flores and Pika Lorine with the 1, and Vanessa Hood, the other one-time penalty for 7th place. Lucy Delore beautifully. McLean Ward will be a little bit disappointed. with his very good horse First Lady with the 4 penalties. And Georgina Bloomberg rounds out our top 10 at the inaugural Silent Ridge Masters' Grand Prix this afternoon here in Armenia, New York. These, the 4 falters, places 11 through to 16. Easy Madam jumps a very good round with her 9-year-old Nairobi, as did Peter Lutz with Catriona, just the oxer out of 7A and B for the lovely mare. The Goshman looked good, she has 6. And the very good Irishman Philip McGuane has 2 down for Orfea HQ for 19th place in this inaugural Silent Ridge Masters' Grand Prix. And winners of the Mexico Grand Prix, that was on the Longines Global Champions Tour. H&M Luna van der Denenhof is 20th for Nicola Philippots. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the award ceremony will come up for you shortly here at Silent Ridge for the inaugural Masters Grand Prix. Well, congratulations to Brian Mowbray, who secures the home victory with a brilliant jump off, just the right pressure applied in the likes of Daniel Blumen and Derek Kenny to follow to push them into trouble and secure Brian Mowbray the very first Grand Prix here at the Silent Ridge Masters for 2024. We take a short break. The prize giving will be coming straight up for you live here from Armenia in New York State.
So now welcoming our top 3 riders into the arena here. What a great competition here to start off our inaugural year of the Silent Ridge Masters. Our feature event here, $125,000 prize. This is a restart event. And 3 big rides. Now here in the ring, to our first place prize is Derek Kenny Rossbaugh. And wearing that beautiful sapphire ribbon sash, our boss winner Brian Mowbray and Viva the Vet. Before we award our top 3 finishers for today's Grand Prix, we would like to present the Cara Leading Lady Rider Award. This special award is presented to the women that earn the most points in FBI classes throughout the week. Cara, designed to make women look good and feel good. Designed with women colors and exclusive original prints, 6 colors to create optimal release, yet every garment is exactly the good and finished with dressmaker details that will stand the test of time. Joining us at the podium for the presentation is co-founder and creative director Julia Brown. Julia is a resident of Wales and rides at Higher Ground Farm. Her designs are inspired by the Hudson Valley and Western community, and this year's award will be presented to the winner of our 2nd place prize. Put your hands together for Slow Pulls and make them to be another number 1 gold. Slow Pulls will take home a receipt status created by Cara, as well as a gift certificate for Cara. So once again, a big round of applause here to the winner of our Leading Lady Rider Award, that's Slow Pulls.
And receiving that bespoke sash created by Cara. Now welcoming our presenters to the podium, Pedro Torres and Judy Garofalo Torres, the co-presidents of the Silo Ridge Masters, as well as Piper Broderick of the Silo Ridge Field Club. And now walking up to the podium, taking home our third place award. That's Derek Henny and Rockstar. He'll join Marcello Peccioli, the retail director of Chopard USA, alongside Piper Broderick of the Silo Ridge Field Club and co-presidents of the Silo Ridge Masters, Pedro Torres and Judy Garofalo Torres. And folks, a big round of applause here to the winner of our second place prize. That's Sloan Coles. And as I said, Sloan Coles also taking home that leading lady rider award here. And now donning that beautiful bespoke sash created by Cara Cara, the winner of our leading lady rider award, Sloan Coles. And what a beautiful sash and what a beautiful prize there for the winner of our leading lady rider award. And now moving on to the winner of our class and taking home the lion's share of the prize here in the $125,000 CSI 3-star Silo Ridge Masters Grand Prix. Folks, a huge round of applause here to Brian Mogri and Vive le Rev. 33.18, putting in an amazing time there over the course. Great performance there from Brian Mogri from Texas here aboard Vive le Rev. So again, our riders commemorating their victory spots here at the podium. Our top three riders there, big smiles on their faces. Brian Mogri taking home our first place prize in that sapphire ribbon. Resplendent in ruby, Sloan Coles. Also the winner of our leading lady rider award. And taking home that golden ribbon is Derek Henny and Rockstar. So a great class here. Our riders putting in some incredible effort there over that jump off course. And you see him there at the top of the podium, Brian Mogri. He was aboard Vive le Rev for this competition and takes home that beautiful top place. And one last thing before our riders leave the podium, and it's to ask them and ask you to rise for the playing of the national anthem of our winning competitor. And so once again, a big congratulations here to Brian Mowgre taking home our top prize in this event. But no celebration is complete without a little bit of champagne. And you see them there at the podium, enjoying the fruits of all their hard labor here, our top 3 finishers. Enjoying a little water gun fight there by the podium. Rather, a little champagne fight, I should say. Great way to celebrate that finish here in the inaugural year of the Silo Ridge Masters. So at this time, we ask our riders to remount for this victory gallop, and we do ask that you do turn to the left when you do so. Again, one more important thing to do, and folks, make your way down to the ringside fence, as our riders will be tossing those ribbons into the crowd as they pass by. You could take home a little piece of history here. So our top 3 riders now remounting here for the victory gallop. Podium position finishers for our $125,000 CSI 3-star Silo Ridge Masters Grand Prix. Big round of applause to all 3 of our competitors. And there's just one last task for them to attend to here, and for us to close out the inaugural year of the Silo Ridge Masters. And that's to ask them to head off on a lap of victory here. And a big congratulations here to Brian Mowgre and Vive le Rêve. Second place prize going to Slum Coles and Ninja JW van der Moedhove. Our third place prize to Derek Henny and Rockstar. Standing in fourth, Daniel Blumen and Hummer Zed. Nael Nassar taking home the 5th place ribbon aboard Capital Nightstar. Picora Loreen and Catherine Tylee Froyas in 6th. Vanessa Hood and Easy Girl in 7th. 8th place going to Lucy Delorier and Javaro N. McLean Ward and First Lady in 9th. 10th is Georgina Bloomberg and Talara Comine. 11th, Allison Robitaille and Oakingham Lira. And 12th is Margie Goldstein Engel aboard Jack of Hearts. One last big congratulations here to Brian Mowgre and Vive le Rêve, our class winner.
We have a new leader right